All right, everybody. We are at the range with the final version of the smokeless muzzleloader. We finally got the AG Composites armor adjustable stock on the Defiance outcast action. It's a Brux 28-inch number 17 profile barrel. The end was tapered. This was all put together by Arrowhead rifles. They milled this down for me to fit the front sight that will go on this eventually. We're using a silencerco hybrid 46 suppressor with the anchor brake. Got the silencerco cover and the area 419 hellfire adapter. For all the load development, I've been using the Discovery Optics 5-25 ED-PRS with their new 70-75 rings, and it's been holding up really well, guys. Really, I can't ask for anything better. Today I'm hoping to run it out to distance, do a little bit of dialing. All I've done so far is shot to 100 yards. So give you guys another peek over here. This is a 45 cal smokeless muzzleloader. There's the outcast. The bolt is nitrided. It's made to run the Arrowhead primer modules. This is a large rifle Magnum primer. The rest of the gear here, this is a loading or a load block, basically a bench block made by Hank's Precision Parts, and it's pretty nice because it allows you to keep track of what you've fired, so you can keep track if you've double loaded. I haven't put a witness mark on my ramrod yet because I haven't come up with a load that I want to use yet. So as soon as I do that, I'll put a witness mark on this. But I also have Hank's Precision Parts new funnel made to load through suppressors. So, and I haven't trimmed this to length yet, but I will be doing that soon on my mini lathe. This is the carbon fiber collapsible ramrod that I made from scratch. So pretty neat little deal. Collapses down, fits in a pouch along with the funnel. We are running a 325 grain Arrowhead XLD bullet, and we're trying to get close to 3,000 feet per second. I'm at 2850 now, so we'll be verifying that with the Garmin. And I've got a load here that's a couple grains higher than what I stopped at last time, so we're going to see where this puts me. And then I actually have another load that's 1 grain higher than these. I just wanted to see where these put me, so we're going to get shooting here and see how it goes. Alright, so I'm going to go through the loading process on this muzzleloader. It loads just like any other muzzleloader, only we've got a suppressor. So what we have to do, we don't have a primer module on it obviously yet. We're going to run the funnel from Hank's Precision down through the suppressor. Now when I get this trimmed, it won't bounce off my crown, which will be a good thing. We take our load block, we're going to dump our powder. I'm not going to disclose how much or what powder I'm using because it might not be safe in your muzzleloader, your smokeless muzzleloader. It's absolutely not safe in a standard muzzleloader. Caveat to this muzzleloader is capable of running Blackhorn 209. So when I go to the Colorado legal, all I got to do is switch to Blackhorn 209 and take the scope off and run sights, and I'm legal. So then we're going to run the bullet. Now these bullets are sized using a special die that sizes the bullet down for a specific tension, and it's not a real bad push. I probably could have ran a cleaning brush down through this because I didn't clean it last time I shot it, but make sure the bullet's seated. We're going to pull that out, lock the funnel, set the rifle, and then we'll prime it. And these just slide in the bolt. It's got a little notch there. So now we're ready to go, and I'm not going to drop the bolt until I'm ready to fire. So that's how you load it. It's just like loading any other muzzleloader, only you got the suppressor, so you have a little bit more involved with the funnel and a little bit longer ramrod. So we got the Garmin on, it's up and running. We got a target at 100 yards. We're gonna go ahead and run around through this, make sure we got our parallax adjusted. And our wind and elevation, we should be still dead on from where we were last week. So this is a little bit hotter load. We're gonna see where she lands and where my recoil's at. Hopefully the recoil's not horrible. It was really good last time I shot, so. Let's get on target here. Oh, knocked my glasses off my hat. A little more recoil than last time, that's for damn sure. We are pretty close to where we were aiming. So, a little more bark on that one from where I was the last time, but still manageable recoil, so thanks. All right guys, so I just wanted to highlight this Discovery Optics 5-25 ED-PRS. The recoil on this muzzleloader is not for the faint of heart. And so far through, I've probably shot 15-20 rounds through this. This Optic has handled all of the recoil. And I think partially due to these new 70-75 rings that Discovery has. These are a 34 millimeter medium ring, and they're a very nice ring. They're an upgrade to what actually comes with this Optic, plus you can get them in the height that you want. So you can see here I've got decent clearance. I'm not too high off my rifle. The rings that come with this scope are highs, and they're way too tall for most applications. Pretty nice being able to have all your torque specs and your torque sequence etched on the ring. Gives you even the torque spec for the base screws. But yeah, it's just been a phenomenal optic. If you guys are still looking for these, I have two different ways that you can do this. One is direct through their store, and what's nice about that is, say you want to buy the rings or another optic, you can get a 10% discount off your entire order using the code RACKPACK, or you can order it through the Amazon link in the link tree in my bio. And I don't have a discount code for the rings, but I do for the Optic, and that is PACKED, PACKED525, and that'll get you 10% off as well. The nice thing about doing it on the website is they usually have some kind of discount on the scope already, and then you can tack my 10% discount on top of it, so you can save a little bit more. But it's been a phenomenal optic. We ran one of these, my buddy John ran one of these in Oregon on his 300 Win Mag, and it performed flawlessly. And I've had this on numerous rifles now, and it's just been great. You can tell the turrets are very tactile, hard zero stop, nice and big, bulky turrets. This is a heavy scope. It's a 44 ounce optic, I think. It's fairly heavy, but fit, finish, and function, it works really well. So if you guys are interested in one of these, you can get them for under 350 bucks, I think, with all the discounts stacked, which is a phenomenal value. It's got better glass than my Vortex Viper PST Gen 2, my Burris XTR2. It kind of edges out my Arkin EPL 4. I don't have an EPL 5 to put it up against, but I'll bet it's pretty close. I think probably quality wise it's very close to the Venom or the Strike Eagle from Vortex, but it's considerably cheaper and has more travel with the zero stop that they use than what the Venom and the Strike Eagle have with their red stop zero stop, because it actually takes up some of your vertical travel. But great optic, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. So I wanted to highlight how these modules actually slot into this bolt. These are basically a 308 bolt face. Focus, you fucker. And there's just a slot in the bolt, and they just drop right in. So very easy. All right, so the first shot was over 3,100, but there was a little bit of tension in the load. So one thing with these muzzleloaders is they can be a little more finicky. loading pressure is a little tighter. The second round was a lot easier to load. I probably should have scrubbed the barrel with a bore brush or a bore snake is what I used, but the second round was 30-53. And the recoil is substantial on these rifles, as you'll see through this, but I'm hoping this next shot, which will be the third shot today, is kind of slotted in there right around that 30-50 range. And then I might actually drop down a grain of powder, because I'm not looking for a screamer here. I want to keep my modules to where they last a while, and if I can get that 3,000 feet per second range, I'm going to be real happy with where that's at. So we'll run one more through it, and then we'll start stretching it out to distance. Keep my hat up out of the way so I don't get knocked in the bill again. Right in there with the rest of them. So it's got some noise to it, even being suppressed. I will tell you we're right around 100 grains of powder, so, and there, like I said, there's a noticeable recoil there, 325 grain bullet, but it's manageable, and so far it's considerably better than my CVA Paramount Pro with the 330 grain power belt ELR and 119 grains of Blackhorn 209. That thing just absolutely rocks you without a muzzle brake. So far this is pleasantly surprised on the recoil on this. And I think if I knock down just a little bit, it'll be good. And right there we're at 30-47. So right there we only have a 6 feet per second difference in velocity. So that's pretty good. Let's stretch it out to about 500 here once I get my zero set. .400 yards, first shot. All right, now we're gonna go for 600, see if we can nail it on the first round. That's pretty amazing. First round impact is 600. All right, guys, so we did all of the load development and we ran clear out to 600 yards, and we had a first round impact at 400, and I went 4 for 4 at 600. 0 misses with that Discovery optic. It dialed exactly what my ballistics app and my Kilo 8K told me. Tracked perfect, returned back to 0. I can't say enough, guys. It's phenomenal for 350 bucks. There really is no reason to take it off of this rifle other than I did buy a Razer Gen 3 to run on this, and I haven't even got to look through it yet. So it's mounted up and we're gonna run it a little bit. I think I just got it zeroed. So you guys want a full-on picture here, video. So there's the Razer Gen 3. Now this is in an American Rifle Company M brace. Has the level, just a really unique design. Uses a clamping more of a clamshell type thing than top and bottom rings. I use the M10 rings on my 300 Ultra Mag and they work great. Now this also does have 20 MOA built into the base, as well as a 20 MOA base on the muzzleloader. So I have 40 MOA of adjustment on this, or of cant, which does create some problems because I can actually see my suppressor cover on very low power. On the 6 power zoom up to about 10 power, I can see the suppressor cover in the very bottom of the Optic, which isn't too big of a problem for me, but it'll allow me to run this well past 1,000 yards, which I had plenty of adjustment in that Discovery Optics, only running 20 MOA cant on the rifle. So this is kind of overkill, I think, but I've always wanted one of these since they come out. I bought the damn thing, so we're gonna run it. So we'll get her all zeroed in here. Okay, so we're zeroed now with the Razer Gen 3. We're gonna throw one at 600 using the same dope that we did for the Discovery 5-25, and see if we can get a first round impact at 600. Now this is a Hail Mary. I haven't shot anything besides the 100-yard zero, so we'll see what happens here. 600 yards, Razer Gen 3. Impact.